Hello everyone, welcome to SciMaths. I am your math companion Loknath Kundu. So today we are going to discuss about polynomial. So we learn what is polynomial function. Polynomial function defined over some sets. Okay, this is the first goal of us today. So first define what is polynomial. So what is the meaning of polynomial? Poly means many. Many or multi. Nomial means term. So it is a basically multi-term function or many-term function. What is the meaning of that? It will be clear from its definition. So let's write the definition first. Then we explain each and everything. Let f is a function from a set A to A, where A is an arbitrary set. Okay, we define the function as x goes to a0 plus a1x plus an x to the power n. What is x? X is an element of A, right? X is an element of A. Usually we write it as x belongs to A. So x is an variable. Now the variable x goes to an element a0 plus a1x plus an x to the power n. This quantity in A. Okay. So a0, a1, a to the power n belongs to a set, and if the plus operation is well defined, for the sake of simplicity, you can think a as my real number. Okay. Then these are real number, right? A0, a1, sorry. A0, a1 dot an is my real number then. Then for any x belongs to R, this quantity a0 plus a1x an x to the power n, where an not equals to 0, also belongs to R. Okay. Why this is belongs to R? Because if we take any value, suppose we take 2 from R, okay, then what is the value of this one, this function? F2 equals to my a0 plus 2 into a1 2 to the power n into an, right? So this is a real number. So if we take R as my real number, then f is a function from R to R, that is real number to real number, which defined as x goes to this type of function, that is a0 plus a1x plus an x to the power n. It is known as this function a0 a1x an x to the power n. This is known as polynomial. Why it is known as polynomial? If you see, here are multi-term, right? A0 is one of the term, A1x is one of the term, ANX to the power is one of the term. It is a multi-term and multi-term function. That is why it is a polynomial function. Polynomial function meaning multi-term or what is the meaning of poly? Many term function. Fine. So now it is clear what is polynomial. Now this polynomial, in this polynomial we see, if we take the function from R to R, there x goes to A0 plus A1x plus an x to the power n, right? Here A0, A1, an, all these terms are known as coefficient. Coefficient. As A0, A1 and An are belongs to real numbers, so they are known as real coefficient. If this coefficient, as this coefficient belongs to the real number, this polynomial is known as fx A0 plus A1x an x to the power n. It is known as real polynomial. So if we take arbitrary set A, then the polynomial is said to be polynomial over A. If we take an arbitrary set A, instead of the real number R, then F is known as a polynomial over the set A. Fine. Now, so we see the polynomial is fully characterized by its coefficient. Okay, let me write the polynomial fx a0 plus a1x an x to the power n, where an not equals to my 0. So if a0 belongs to real number, then it is known as real polynomial, right? And this x is my variable here. N is my the exponent or the power of x, right? The highest power of x is known as the degree of the polynomial. Here n is the highest power. So degree of x is n. Fine. Okay. Now everything is fixed for polynomial. So if we collect the set of all polynomials over the real number, suppose I want to collect all the polynomials over real number. So the collection is well defined. So it is a set, and this set has a special name, or we denoted this set by R box bracket X. Okay, this is the set of all real polynomials. What is the meaning of real polynomial? I already explained to you that the polynomial whose coefficient are belong to real number, right? Fine. Now we are going to explain few things step by step now. So we first construct natural number, then we construct integer number or whole number, then we construct rational number, then we construct real number, and we have a relation in between them. Natural number is a subset of these whole number or integer number. Integer number is a subset of the rational number, right? And rational number is a subset of real number. So if we take the set nx, right, here, set of all polynomial over the natural number, set of all polynomial over the integer number, set of all polynomial over the rational number, set of all polynomial over the real number. So what is the relation? First of all, suppose I take fx belongs to nx, then fx equals to a0 plus a1x ak x to the power k ak not equals to 0. What is the property of a0, a1 up to ak? They are all natural number. So ai belongs to natural number for all I equals to 0, 1, sorry, 0, 1 up to k, right? As natural number is subset of z, q, r, so ai belongs to z or q or r. So any polynomial over natural number or any natural polynomial is a polynomial of integer number or rational number or real number, right? So we have this relation. By similar calculation, we can prove that set of all integer polynomial is a subset of set of all rational polynomial, and similarly set of all rational polynomial is a subset of all real polynomial. So the natural question that comes to our mind right now, can we generalize this concept into some arbitrary two set? What is the meaning of that? What I want to say here? So if we have two sets, suppose we have given two sets A and B, the set of all polynomial over A, sorry, and A subset B. If this hold, then AX is also subset of Bx, right? We already see how to prove this. The proof is very simple. I am not going to prove this because I already proved this for natural number case. So the proof is like I have to copy this proof for A and B. Okay. Now, constant polynomial. What is the meaning of constant polynomial? Polynomial of degree 0. Sorry. Of degree 0. What is the meaning of that polynomial of degree 0? What is the degree of polynomial first of all? I already explained. If we have a polynomial like that, if fx equals to a0 plus a1x plus an x to the power n, right? Then what is the degree of fx? The highest power of x. The highest power of x is here n. So degree of fx is my n, right? Now constant polynomial are those polynomial who have degree 0. Constant polynomial are those polynomial of degree 0, right? So what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is a0 a1x. What is the degree of a1 not equals to 0? Okay, and there are no other term. So x. So degree of polynomial is 1. So constant polynomial means only the constant term, right? So if we consider any, first consider the set real number. Okay. First consider the set real number. Consider the set real number. Okay. Then R is subset of Rx, right? Why? R means A0. Okay. And A0 is a constant polynomial. So A0 belongs to, if A0 belongs to R, then A0 is a constant polynomial. So A0 belongs to Rx. That is why R subset of Rx. In similar fashion, we can say for any arbitrary set A always subset of Ax, right? So right now we have a clear-cut idea what is polynomial, what is the degree of polynomial, how we characterize a polynomial, okay, how we denote the set of all polynomials. Okay, fine. So now the thing is that we have to discuss about the root of the polynomial. Root of the polynomial. Root of a polynomial. Consider the real polynomial. Sorry. Real polynomial fx equals to x square minus 2x plus 1. Okay. Now, if we put 1 here, 1 square minus 2 into 1 plus 1, that gives me 0. So, but if we put 2, then 2 square minus 2 into 2 plus 1, that is gives me 1. So 1 is special here. Why? The polynomial vanish at the point 1. What is the meaning of vanish? If you put the value at x, sorry, if we put the value 1 at the x instead of x, so we get 0, right? So 1 is the vanishing point. f1 becomes 0 there. So 1 is special. This one is called a root of f. One is called root of f. So in general case, if f is a polynomial over an arbitrary set A, then alpha belongs to A is said to be a root of fx if alpha equals to 0. This is the conception of root. Okay. So geometrically, if we want to see how root behaves, so first of all, this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Consider most general simple function x minus 1 or x minus 1. Okay. So fine. So x equals to, if we put f0, it is a linear function, so it is a straight line. So f0 is my minus 1, f1 is 0, and f2 is my 1, right? So 1 0 sorry 0 1 2, f0 minus 1, right, minus 1, f1 0, and f2 1, right? So this is my function, right? So we see that function vanish at the point 1, that is why function cut the x-axis. This is the geometrical interpretation of the root. If alpha is a root of fx, alpha is a root of fx, then the graph of f will cut x-axis at the point alpha. So we get right some place right side alpha and left side of alpha where f is positive and negative. If changes its sign. Okay. So I will come to that point, changes of signs, what is the meaning of that after some time. So that right now, I just want to say the root conceptually, what is the meaning of in geometry of root, right? In geometry, root means the graph cut the x-axis at that point. Okay, fine. Now, so this is the meaning of root of a polynomial. So right now we have the idea what is polynomial, what is the degree of polynomial, and how we characterize a polynomial, and then what is the root of polynomial. So the next question is that comes to our mind, if we have a polynomial, then all the roots of the polynomial that belongs to on the given set, what is the meaning of that? I just want to say, suppose fx is a polynomial defined over the rational number, thus all the root belongs to q, belong to q root, root of f. roots of f belong to q? This is my question. So suppose, let us consider this polynomial x square minus 2. Okay, what are the roots here? Can we think about the roots in q only? No, we can. If we consider fx in R, the same polynomial x square minus 2 in R, then we see the roots are plus minus root over 2, right? And we see already in the construction of real number that root 2 does not belongs to q. So the root of fx, no root of fx belongs to q. So we have example of such polynomial where the root does not belongs to the base field or base set. Okay, clear? And this is the starting point of the construction of complex number. Finding root of polynomial. This is the starting point. Okay, I am not going to construct complex number today, but at some point I will construct complex number very soon. Then at the time you will see that this is the starting point. Whatever I saying right now, this is the starting point of the construction or of the actually the idea of the complex number comes from here. Okay, now another way of representing polynomial is, suppose fx is a polynomial a0 plus a1x an x to the power n, that is belongs to some arbitrary set a. Okay, a is my arbitrary set. Fine na? So we can represent fx as a coordinate, right? a1 an. Fine. And if we have given a coordinate, suppose we have given b0, b1, bm, sorry, then it will represent the polynomial b0, b1x, bm, x to the power m, right? So every we can represent every polynomial in this coordinate system, and a coordinate, a tuple, this tuple always represent a polynomial, right? So this is then another representation of the polynomial, right? Okay, so let's discuss about the root of a quadratic polynomial. Root of a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so quadratic polynomial mean quadratic meaning 2. So a polynomial of degree 2. So consider the polynomial a plus bx plus cx square. This is my polynomial. I want to find all the roots of this polynomial. Okay. So cx square plus bx plus a equals to 0 for x equals to alpha. I want to find this alpha. Okay, so first put c alpha square plus b alpha plus a equals to 0. Right now, as it is a quadratic polynomial, so c not equals to 0, right? So alpha square plus b over c alpha plus a over c equals to 0. So alpha square plus 2 into alpha into b by 2c, right? That is b over c alpha. Now b square over 4c square. I add this, so I have to subtract this, right? Fine, fine now. Okay, and we had plus a over c is equals to 0. Okay, so right now we have alpha plus b over 2 b over 2c whole square, right? Alpha plus b over 2c whole square equals to b square over 4c square minus a over c, b square over 4c square minus a over c. That is my 4c square b square minus 4ac, right? So alpha equals to minus b by 2c. If we take the square root, then it is become plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2c. Okay, so we already see that if we take square of any real number, that cannot be negative. So if this quantity is negative, then no real root exists, right? So we get two values of alpha. Fine. And when the values are equal, if this quantity is 0, b square minus 4ac equals to 0, then equal roots, right? Okay, b square minus 4ac greater than 0, real root, b square minus 4ac less than 0, no real root, as I didn't introduce the complex number. So I am not mentioning here officially that it gives me complex root, but it, when b square minus 4ac less than 0, then we get complex roots. Fine, fine. And this formula was given by famous mathematician, Indian mathematician Sridhar Acharya. So after his name, it is known as Sridhar Acharya formula. Okay, this is the root finding formula for a quadratic polynomial. Okay, fine. Now, at last, I want to define binary operation, because this is the starting point of group theory. Okay, so what is binary operation? Binary operation. Okay, let G be an arbitrary set. G be an arbitrary set. Okay, then cross operation from, sorry, we can take another sign. Suppose this operation circle plus from G cross G to G, okay, is said to be binary operation on G. What is the meaning of that? Here I take two copies of G. So I will take A cross B, an element of G cross G, that will go to some element C, where C is my A circle plus B. It is also known as direct sum. A direct sum B. This is an element of B. Okay. Sorry, A direct sum B. It is an element of G. So I start with two copies of G, and I get a function from there to single copy of G. That is why it is known as binary. If I take three copies of G, then it is known as trinary. Okay. This is the meaning of binary operation. If we have this type of operation, then it is known as binary operation. And this is the starting point, the famous model of the mathematics, that is group. Okay. In the next class, we will introduce ourselves with group, and then we will construct complex numbers step by step. Okay, fine. So I am signing out now. Thank you. Thank you very much. For any kind of comments or any kind of question, you can contact me. I will give my email ID in the description box of my YouTube channel. So thank you. Thank you everyone.